Hello, my name is Zachariah Van Sliders with Old Man Gaming, and this is another horrible review. We're going to go into disclaimers first, as usual. Disclaimers, I do not get paid for this. You might hear my terrible sick person voice, you might hear somebody in the background, you might hear a dog bark. We're not going to edit it because I don't get money. Number two, this is probably, I think video game art is one of the most subjective forms of art, and therefore I do not give a scored review. There will be pros, cons, and whether or not we are going to stick with it. And I'm saying we are going to stick with it because I am joined by a special guest today, and that is you would recognize him if you've listened to the podcast, Logan Knights 645. Say hello.
What's up?
He has been playing this with me since today. We are doing World War Z, which is the multiplayer co-op zombie survival versus PvPvE game. So, just going to go into the overview real quick so we can get into it. The overview is real simple. This is basically a Left 4 Dead type game where you can either play a co-op campaign or you can play multiplayer. In the co-op campaign, you and a group of up to 4 friends kind of try and survive a scenario. And each scenario has kind of like 3 little sections, and then each overall scenario has 3 levels. Getting through that gives you rewards towards your characters, and allows you to upgrade your guns to do different episodes. There's 12 total characters, and those 12 total characters are divided into 4 into each of the 3 different overall scenarios. On the multiplayer side, you have a full multiplayer suite. You've got Team Deathmatch, you've got Domination, and you've got King of the Hill. With the added addition that randomly zombies will attack you in huge swarms. Both you and the other players. And that's it. That's the overall. In the multiplayer, you also level up your characters and your classes. You can use any of the 12 characters in multiplayer, and you can also interchange that with the classes. So you can use a player who was probably not that in the game. So, and then whatever class you're using levels you up and gives you certain perks. Some you can choose between 2, and other ones are just automatically added to the character class. So, I think that about covers it, right, Logan?
Yep.
Alright, well, we're going to get right into pros then, because that's going to be the meat and potatoes of this anyway, since me and Logan did it. So, the pros are, for me, I really enjoyed the leveling up systems. The perking systems is a lot of fun. I also think that there is a huge empty void for Left 4 Dead games, style games, and this kind of fills it.
Agreed.
I will say that we'll get into the cons. There were some things that bothered me about some of the multiplayer stuff, as well as some of the normal stuff. What are your pros there, Logan?
There's a lot to love about the game. Even if you're not the best PvP player, you can play the multiplayer, get 0 kills, and still feel accomplished.
Yeah, because of the zombies. Really, because of the zombies. Because you still get experience for killing the zombies, and you still get like kill streaks for it. You can you can have 0 player kills and 40 player deaths and still kill the most zombies. You know.
Exactly, and still be helping out your team.
Yeah, as speaking as one of the weaker people on any shooting game team, I did feel more accomplished in this than say if I was in a Call of Duty or a PUBG, where I just got immediately murdered.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the zombies, which I was very happy about, and I got scared during our first play. They're deadly.
Yeah.
They're deadly.
They're very fast. And it's actually kind of a difference between some of the other things. They just sprint at you.
And they're not just going to, like, one of them's just going to run up and destroy you. But if you get, like, a horde on you, you're dead.
Yeah, it's very easy for the zombies to kill you. It is very easy for the zombies. If you don't stay on top of them, and if you're alone, you're probably going down.
Yeah. Yep.
I also want to just give a pro to the fact that when you do die, your character model becomes a zombie and runs
Becomes
around.
a super zombie.
Yeah, and he's a little bit more powerful than the other character models. I thought that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. After I had to kill Zach as a zombie a couple times, it got to be more fun.
More than a couple of times. I died a lot. A lot.
It's a fantastic game. There's a lot to love about it.
There's a lot to love about it.
Especially with the campaign.
Yeah.
The campaign was highly enjoyable.
Yeah, let's talk on the campaign. I thought the campaign was really well done. The story isn't, like, it's not great, but it's good enough to get, like, hey, there's 4 guys, they have a problem, they've got to go through zombies to escape.
Exactly.
But I actually thought a lot of the voice acting, from what I was listening to, they kind of knocked it out of the park. You know what I mean?
They really did.
Like, they were like, this is very obviously like a multiplayer throwaway game, but those voice actors were just working for it the entire time. The characters were just always talking and saying things, and I really enjoyed that. It made me kind of heighten that tension in the fights.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I love the weaponry. Weaponry and the systems for the weaponry is really cool. Unlike Left 4 Dead, in Left 4 Dead you find weapons as you go, kind of like a traditional FPS. In this one you pick a class, more akin to like shooting games of nowadays, where you pick a class, you have a loadout, those are your guns. And then you can usually switch out your heavy weapon, if I recall correctly, and you can upgrade those weapons as you go along. But I enjoyed that. I liked the fact that I didn't necessarily have to worry about finding guns so much as ammo and med packs, and just worry about killing stuff, you know?
Exactly. I really enjoyed that. I liked the different types too. They had the brutes, the screamers.
Yeah.
They had a different feel to the game.
Yeah. I think it really heightens the teamwork too, because when you come up against those guys, if they catch you, you can't knock them off like in Left 4 Dead, where you could like eventually shake them off. Like, one of your teammates has to get them off you, or they just slowly kill you.
And I'm just saying this right now. It is a very team-based game. The campaign.
Yeah.
Even the multiplayer, it's very team-based. It's just a team-based game.
We were playing with I don't know if I should say his name. Do you think?
Nah.
No. We were playing with another guy, who's a friend of ours, and he was. I mean, the 3 of us kind of went in like we usually do, which is gung ho, and we got killed a lot. I think the first time we went in, we got killed immediately.
We got killed pretty fast.
Yeah, so
we got killed pretty fast.
It takes a lot of work to get through it, and we weren't on any high difficulty challenge modes. Okay, I think that basically covers the pros. Is there anything else you want to add to the pros?
Not really.
Okay, let's go negative. I have some cons on this one. My big con is, while playing multiplayer, and I did enjoy it, I only really enjoyed King of the Hill and Domination. Team Deathmatch is a little broken, in my opinion. You don't spawn with the other players, which is a super irritating. You just kind of spawn randomly, and I can't count the number of times I spawned in between 3 of the other opponents, and that's really frustrating. That, of course, that RNG for spawning stays with you in the King of the Hill and Domination, but in those, everybody's tending to run to the same point, so they're not just standing in different weird spots where you can just get spawned into killed. And I still got spawned killed a couple of times in those games, but of course that also doesn't hurt your score, you know?
Exactly.
I would really like them to do some sort of update that helps that RNG, that fixes that.
Yeah, that definitely messes with their spawns.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be too hard for them to do.
I don't think so, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't yet. I would imagine it's one of the higher complaints.
Yeah, I would think so.
Also, as nice as it is that it's difficult in the campaign, I also felt a little irritated that it's difficult. From the standpoint of, if I wanted to go through it on solo, which you can go into a private game and then they outfit your team with bots. There's no way you'd make that. There's no way you'd get through that.
Not even a chance.
There's not even a chance. The bots aren't smart. There's just no way. And that's a little irritating to me because as much as I like playing with other people, I also like to play a game by myself just to experience the game itself. Like,
yeah,
I did focus a lot on voice acting and the cut scenes when we were playing just because of a review, but usually when you're playing with other people, you don't get to hear that stuff, you know?
Yeah, you're more focusing on hanging out with other people.
Right, exactly. Which, I mean, so on one hand, I see what they're going for. They want it to be all co-op, but at the same time, if you're going to fill my team out with bots, you're going to give me the ability to play by myself. I want the ability to actually be able to beat it by myself, and I don't think that's there. I don't think I could play a game by myself with 3 bots and win.
Oh, I definitely don't think so.
Yeah.
We tried out with 2 bots, and it went south very quickly.
It went south. I mean, we got through a little bit of it, but it was a lot of work on our part. So that's my big, my 2 biggest cons of this game are that. I would also I think some of the weapons need a little bit better balancing. But what are your cons for it?
My cons for this game are, I think that the audio on footsteps being very picky at my multiplayer.
Okay.
I think that the audio footsteps in multiplayer needed a little bit of so I could hear them from a little bit farther away, because with the zombies being so loud, I really couldn't hear anyone.
Yeah.
At the same time, it is a zombie game, so maybe people like that type of deal.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think that's a tough balance to strike too, because you want to be scared, but you also want to be able to fight your way out of it. I get it.
Yeah. And I didn't like how big the bloom was, because this is a bloom-based shooter.
Right.
People have to understand that. And there is peeking. I really enjoyed peeking. I forgot that in the pros column, but there is peeking to the right and left side,
right,
which most third-person games do not have.
Now, just for everybody who is not super in with the inside terms of that, peeking is when the character can lean to the left or right, so that you can lean kind of the gun around a corner. And bloom is how much the gun expands from the barrel when it shoots.
Yes.
So continue.
So it isn't a first-person shooter. You can't just point, aim, and shoot, which I really enjoy that, and it makes for a bigger skill gap.
Right.
But with the third person, I felt like it was a little bit more casual. As the game, if that's what they were going for, it feels perfect in that way.
Okay, all right. I think, personally, I could use a little bit of a shorter time to kill, actually.
Yes.
I am a guy who's a huge liker of large time to kills, because I think strategy enters into it a little bit more, and it gives a chance to not just get shot in the back of the head and be dead. But I think it was huge in this, and that really hurts the players who haven't updated their weapons yet, haven't leveled up to it. I would pour rounds after rounds into people and wouldn't put them down, you know?
Yeah, that's another thing that we definitely should mention, that you had to level up to level 5 to get to upgraded weapons.
Right.
If you weren't at level 5, you weren't doing anything.
You weren't doing a lot of damage. You had to be really strategic about it, and you can't get wrapped up with KDR in this, because in the beginning you have to die a bunch and get the kills where you can. There's just no way around it, because you don't have the weapons and perks. I do like that in a lot of other shooters where they have these perk systems, they don't necessarily always feel like a big boost to you, you know? It feels like a big boost in this. When you level up and you get a new perk or something, it's like, holy crap, I can carry 2 Molotovs and they do that much more damage, you know? I can use these upgraded weapons, which is great, but at the same time, when you're first starting out, it's a little bit alienating, because you get killed a lot right off the bat.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle right off the bat to try to compete with other people that are high level.
Right. All right, so I think that does it for the cons, unless there's anything else you want to mention.
No.
Okay, so we're going to go to the final part. That's, are we going to stick with it? I think I'm going to stick with it. It probably won't be like a main rotation game, but I think I'll play it anytime Logan's up for it, or any of my other friends are. I do have a lot of fun playing it when I play it.
I definitely can agree. I highly recommend this game. I think it's a fantastic experience
Yeah.
for casuals and competitive.
Yeah.
I really don't see a reason why you wouldn't,
Yeah.
unless you get scared by zombies easily.
Now, I'm not a huge zombie guy. I don't like zombies, but this is a lot of fun. I love the PvE aspect. I love that I'm fighting other players and zombies. I love that. I honestly, if this review was longer, which we're running out of time, but if it was longer, I would love to go into all the modes. I'd love it if this game had, and it doesn't. But
Yeah.
all right, well, that brings us to the end. I'm very sorry for my voice, but we recorded the podcast right before this, so I am about to not be able to speak. But I want to thank you, Logan. Is there anything you want to plug?
My YouTube at Night Space 645.
And I want to thank you for helping me out with this game. And everybody out there, as long as you guys keep watching and listening to it, I'll keep making it. We'll see you next time.
Did you enjoy that horrible content? Well, there's more horrible content all over this channel. You can check out our horrible podcasts, or you can check out our other horrible reviews. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on, and then we'll let you know when horrible products are ready for you to view. You can also do so at Facebook, Old Man Gaming, and then we can notify you in 2 different places. Fun! Also, click any of the links around you to witness some of that horrible programming right now. I mean, why do anything else? It's YouTube.